Good morning. And today I'm not really talking about anything in particular, just giving an update on the weather in my area and just current event what's been going on with me. So, welcome if it's your first time viewing, and thanks for returning if you've been here before. So, like I said, I really not really have anything in particular to talk about. I just want to come on and talk just to kind of, I guess, it's good to talk things out sometimes. So that's pretty much it. I know I'm not the only person like feeling the way that I feel right now. And it's just been like a lot going on, but not really much at the same time. So right now I am eating some soup. I made this on Sunday. And what I have is some diced up, cut up carrots. It's pretty much vegetable soup. I have some celery, and there's a little piece of mussel, canned mussel. I have some broccoli, and I have some potato, and as well as corn on the cob. So I made this Sunday because yesterday my kids had my daughters had their checkups. That's the little canned mussel. I couldn't decide if I was gonna leave it just vegetables or add some kind of protein. And then I have a couple of pieces of sausage because yesterday I had some frozen corn left because I bought a package of frozen corn, and then let me see, it was about 12 of these size or so corn on the cob frozen. And so I think I put about 7 in the soup that I made on Sunday. And then yesterday morning I had some sausage in the freezer as well as the corn on the cob. And then I had some bought a bag of potatoes, I think on like Saturday or so. So I cut up my sausage and potatoes, and then the rest of the frozen corn I stuck it in the oven, seasoned it, and just did like a bake, just like a little bake. And so today I added the potatoes to my soup, and I just used some chicken bouillon cubes and water for the broth. And then, like I said, Sunday I did add canned mussels. I think I had like 3 mussels, and I think I used about 8 cups of water. And then these frozen vegetables were from like last month. I made a soup, and I had bought a bag of carrots and a bag of celery, and I let my son just pretty much I rinsed the vegetables off and let him cut up the whole bag. And so what I didn't use, I just stick it in freezer bags and stuck it in the freezer. And even right now, it was enough to last me like 3 soups because I made 1 soup. I just made this soup, and then I still have like half a like sandwich bag left of carrots and celery, so I can make one more soup. But I made a soup Sunday because my kids had their checkup yesterday, and I apologize for eating and talking. I know that annoys some people, but just while I'm eating, I guess this is brunch for me. I just want to do a little chit chat and talk about the weather and what's going on, and anything that I missed in my other videos. So if it annoys you to watch other people eat and talk at the same time, then I guess it's not the video for you. But I did want to go ahead and do it because after I finish, I was going to eat and then do my video, but I was like, I could just do both. The way I could kind of save time because I do have a lot of straightening up, organizing to do. And oh, so the weather. So today, last night, or yesterday, there was actually supposed to be a freeze for Sunday night and Monday morning. And actually, today when I woke up, it felt like a lot colder to me this morning than yesterday. But even yesterday, I went out around lunchtime and I just went outside just to check the weather because I didn't want to make sure I wasn't overdressing. And when I stepped outside, it did feel like my thermometer was reading 68. And when I walked outside, it felt more like 32. So I was like, no. So I did make sure to dress in layers. And I brought my gloves with me just in case I needed them, which I didn't. And of course, I wore my earmuffs to keep the cool dampness out of my ears, sinuses, so that I wouldn't get a headache and feel sick or whatever. But I just wanted to say that, like, us people in Texas, we're not really used to this kind of weather. Like, anything below like 50 pretty much is cold for us. And I said that to say this. Last night before we were going to bed, I was just on Facebook just scrolling, and I saw a post where a man like pretty much expired yesterday morning, and the article pretty much said because of the freezing temperatures, and it was pretty much Monday morning. So you pretty much can like assume or like guesstimate that he probably was homeless. Because if he, expired Monday morning, you can pretty much assume that because it's at a metro, that's our local bus, public transportation bus throughout the city. It said that he was expired at a bus stop. So a lot of homeless people, they have like benches at the bus stops. And I'm just saying, it doesn't say that whether he was or not at a bench, it just said at a bus stop. So I'm guessing more than likely there probably was a bench there. So when it does get cold and freezing like this time of the year, many homeless people will, get on, sleep on the benches to keep from being, on the frozen or cold ground, just to give them, a few more layers of protection against the elements, and just to get off, the cold, just to rise up off the cold ground, even if they don't have like blankets or whatever. And this one lady, she's in Texas, but obviously she must not be from here. She's just being so rude in the comments, like laughing, saying, ha ha ha, that's not even cold. Like, y'all talking about freezing. Where I'm from, is 10 and 15 degrees, and y'all calling this freezing, for which the low was like 30 or something. But it's just like in Houston or anytime that it's cold, you have to factor in like the wind chill, which Sunday when the cold front came in, there was a lot of wind like Sunday night before the cold front actually blew through. So it was already freezing cold before it got dark. And then you have to consider the fact that if it's cold and dark with no sun, it makes it that much colder. So just putting all them elements together, being outside, especially if you're homeless, don't have anywhere to go. First off, more than likely, if you're homeless, you just have the clothes that's on your back. Most of the time, they don't have blankets or extra jackets or anything. But she was being so rude and unsensitive. Erica, what's she doing?
Sitting on the charger.
Well, move it out the way. Just move it or move her. But she's just being so rude in the comments and hot, like joking, like it's not really that cold. Y'all in Texas, y'all, pretty much wimps for saying that 30 degrees is cold. And it's like she really could have just kept that comment to herself. Everybody else in the comments were saying like, being sympathetic and showing empathy, saying, I feel for the families, and everybody else was talking about like, assuming that he was homeless, because most of the people in the comments were saying, there's not enough shelters for the homeless and things like, that's sad when people rather live on the streets than go to a shelter. And a lot of people were saying like the shelters were full. They were saying different things about like shelter and homelessness. And she just was the only pretty much the comment being just like a jackhole. She pretty much was the only one that said, that's not even cold. Y'all people in Texas acting like it was freezing. And I'm like, the article just sat there and said that the temperature was freezing. It don't matter if it's 1 degree, under freezing, below freezing, or just at the freezing equilibrium. Like freezing is freezing. It don't really matter. If it's sitting there telling you he died because of the temperatures, and you sitting up here saying that it's not It wasn't cold enough for someone to die.
So,
And then another comment, some dude, he pretty much, told her off.
no.
And she was like, well, just put on a jacket and a blanket. I was like, oh, if he died outside, he mustn't have that to put on. But pretty much later in the comments, I just commented, I say, well, most homeless people
Leave it alone.
don't have like jackets and sweaters, to keep them warm and whatever.
No.
And then she came back later, a couple of minutes, saying, like, how do y'all know that he was homeless? And I was like, regardless of if he was homeless or not, you sitting up here making jokes about it's not cold enough and it's not freezing outside when the article just stated freezing temperatures caused his death. So obviously, if they put it in the put it out in the news,
No.
there was some kind of like research or investigation done to figure out the cause of death. So if that's his cause of death, and then it's like at the same time, if he was homeless, the fact that he don't have, proper protection, along with the fact that he might not have been well hydrated, he might not have been well fed. So if you take that into consideration, it's like your body, when you shiver or sweat, your body is using energy. So if your tank is already on E, and then you add, the elements to it, it's just like pretty much he didn't stand a chance. And like I was saying earlier, it starts getting cold around, just say at 7 o'clock, it's dark. So you can imagine if they found him 7 o'clock, I mean, in the morning, the buses usually don't start till about 7 o'clock. So just alone 7 to 7, that's 12 hours. So you can assume that if he was homeless, he was probably out there more over 12 hours in the elements. So it's just like, I don't know, some people don't get it. But I did, made a comment saying like it really doesn't matter if he was homeless or not. It's the fact that you're being insensitive, because everybody was coming after her in the comments. And I was like, it's the fact that you're being insensitive either way. I was like, you can assume that he was homeless if he didn't have the proper gear, to stay warm. And then you can also assume, because just you waiting for the bus, for a couple of minutes, you're not going to freeze to death. But if you out there for a couple of hours, then yeah, so most likely you can put two and two together and just assume and guesstimate that he was homeless. Like, and she came back in the comments and she was like, oh, you're right, I can see how they was being insensitive. And then I went to go back and like her comment and it was no longer there. So I don't know if she deleted it, Facebook deleted it, or if the page that posted it deleted it. Boo. Oh, Lordy. And I was also trying to do a video while she was being nice and distracted. Because that's what she does. No, ma'am. Stop. So she knows what the camera is and she likes to play around. But other than that, I am so happy that my cursor is back, because yesterday, Sunday night, she spilled water on my computer, my laptop, and it got started to go down into the keys, and I caught it and tried to wipe it off and just turn it upside down to let the water drip out. And yesterday morning, when I went to turn it on, my cursor wasn't working. And it wasn't working. Oh, my leg just fell asleep. It wasn't working all day yesterday. Come on. So I was thinking maybe it fused out or something. I'm sorry, my leg just fell asleep. Oh, it's like numb all the way. Can't feel nothing. It just feel like heavy. So I'm gonna have to stand here for a minute. But I do, as you can see, I have like a nice thermal long sleeve. And then I have these sweatpants, the little cotton terry clothish kind of sweatpants. They're a little big, but this kind of material. And my daughter has on some pink ones. So I have to turn my heater down because it's pretty much so cold that it just keep cutting on. So I just wound up turning my heater down. As you can see, I do have candles lit also for the just stop. No. for the drafts or whatever because it's a little drafty. So that's kind of helping with me. I was hoping that it would be helping with the not have the heater kicking on so much. So like the back part of my living areas or is warm, and up here in the living area, it was pretty cold this morning. But after getting up moving around, you can see I have my blinds open, and I guess just with the sun coming out, it has warmed up a lot. Stop. And even yesterday while we left, I did go ahead and turn the heater off. And when I left, I had to set it at 72. And we were gone approximately 3.5, 4 hours. When I got back, the thermostat had went all the way down to 60. So it took about a good hour and a half for it to warm back up. And then overnight, I did set my thermometer at 75 for about an hour, and I had to turn it down to 74 because it started feeling a little stuffy. So I didn't want it to be uncomfortable the whole night. So I think I left it at 74 overnight. But other than that, I am happy that my cursor came back so that this week I can work on more designs. But this morning, I did notice a little frost outside. I looked outside and checked the ground. Yesterday, I didn't notice any. And then again, on Thursday and Friday, we're supposed to be expecting another freeze because it's supposed to start raining. And then I checked Facebook, and on Ryan Hall page, it was saying that Dallas is supposed to expect 4 or more inches of snow on Thursday. So my prediction is that we might also see a chance for snow like Friday or Saturday, even if it's just little snow flurries. Because I'm like, if they're expecting, 4 more inches, then more than likely we probably get some snow too. But that's my prediction. We'll just have to wait and see. But I definitely don't have anywhere reason to leave the house. I left yesterday, and I don't have a reason to leave. I'm not saying that I won't. But yeah, we're just gonna sit in the house and stay warm as possible. And besides that, I did add some things to my Amazon cart to order. I added some teas. I was looking for some herbal teas. I went to add one tea and it's no longer SNAP eligible, so I wasn't able to get that one. So I did. I found another like sample package, and I can't wait to get that because it has a bunch of like herbal fruity teas, and so I'm just like I really can't wait to order and receive that, and I will come on and like test them out and just like tell you how they are. Because I am a tea drinker. I'm not like a huge drinker. I don't drink tea all the time. But when the weather is like this, I do like to drink tea to like warm up. And even over the last week, my son has been drinking tea like every morning, 2 or 3 times a day throughout the day to just warm him up. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and order some, as well as I was trying to order more stuff to, help with just boosting your immunity. So that is the reason why I want to order more tea. But yeah, I'm really excited about trying those teas, and I can't like wait because there's this one pineapple one. Girl, get out. That I want to try. I'm happy there was a pineapple. I think it's like mango pineapple. So I had saw another pineapple tea, but it was just only pineapple. And I was like, well, I don't know if I would like that. So I don't know that I would just order just a pineapple. And this one is like in a variety pack. So pretty much all of those teas sound like they would taste good. So I just went ahead and ordered. Well, I added it to my cart. So hopefully this time Amazon will get my. I can get my order on time and won't have any hiccups. And this soup has gotten cold, so I'm gonna have to stick it back in the microwave. But other than that, I did forget to mention on my other video that my 2-year-old, I did have some tomatoes out. I was just trying to count. I got a total of 5 tomatoes. So there's, let me see, it might be 6 because she pulled out 3. The first one she pulled out, it was about this size, like the size of a circumference of a nickel, and it was still green. She pulled it off and ate it. She either pulled off 2 or 3, I don't remember. I think she pulled off 2, and then there's still 3 out there. So she pulled off one and ate it, and then she pulled off another one. It was starting to turn red. There's like one little spot, like an orangey reddish spot on it, and she pulled it off. And then I was gonna just let it ripen on the counter, but I got a little curious because she didn't let me try any of the other one, and I went ahead and ate it. And it tastes like a tomato. It was just green. So right now, I did check on my plants yesterday. They were looking like a little droopy. And then I have saw like some little sprouts. I did put some more peas out there, and they have sprouted. So hopefully they can all survive this winter snap. And I think, water everything on Saturday or Sunday because I said I didn't want to water it, while the freeze is happening. So I might not water anything till maybe Saturday again after the temperature rises back up. But like I said, my tomato plants, the tomatoes were starting to ripen a little bit. And when I checked it last night, my plant was looking okay. It was just looking like a little droopy, like it was overwatered, which I did water it, and plus it rained. I think it rained Saturday and or Sunday. Yeah, Sunday for sure. So I had watered it, plus it rained. So it might have been just overwatered. But it's still alive, and hopefully it will last this winter a little. I was worried about it being into shock, but it looked like it's holding up pretty good. So when they do ripen, if nothing gets to them, and if they make it, I will come back and show the rest of them off, or take pictures of it and put in my community post. But pretty much other than that, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to talk about. When I finish right now, I'm gonna go check my clothes, my dryer, my sheets in the dryer, because my toddler wasted my water. I had a cup with ice yesterday, and I was too lazy to go put it in the kitchen, so I just left it on like a tray. And this morning, like, she likes to eat ice, and she was eating it yesterday, and I kind of put it to the side. And this morning, when she woke up, she slept with me last night. She came and got in the bed. But when she woke up, she grabbed my cup. And it's one of those Whataburger cups with the lid. And she opened it up. I guess she was thinking there was still going to be ice in there. And she saw that there was no ice. So she tried to put the lid back on, but she didn't close it all the way. And she went to like drink it, but she kind of tilted it. And just like all the water wasted out onto her. Thank goodness not on me. So I kind of have to put throw it in the dryer. And thank goodness it was just only ice. It wasn't like soda or anything. And thank goodness I did have Sprite. So it wasn't like Coke or anything to stain the sheets. And then also my sheets were black. So I'm going to just check that. They should be dry by now. And it wasn't that much. So but other than that, today I'm going to just try to not get back in bed, because when I get back in bed, it's going to be all over for me. I'm not gonna feel like doing anything, so I'm gonna try to stay up and moving long as possible, straightening and organizing as much as possible. And I probably send my son to check the mailbox. Yeah, because he hadn't even taken the trash out. So when he takes the trash out, he can check the mailbox. But once I get back in bed, it's gonna be like over with for me. I'm gonna stay in the bed the rest of the day. And as you can see, I finally did retwist this something to my hair. I couldn't really think of what to do to it, so I just twisted it Sunday. I kind of spent almost all day, and it was just like I hate doing my hair because it's thick. So pretty much, I woke up in the morning, took my bath. I got started about 11, and I think I finished about 4. Yeah, I got started about 10 or 11, and I didn't really finish till about 4 or 5. And that is with breaks or whatever. So in the back, I did starting off small, and then as I got to the front, I did make them a little bigger. So you can see this one is quite not as thick. So that's the only thing I do get like. Well, I was trying to finish it before yesterday because my kids had an appointment. So usually I would take 2 or 3 days if I needed to, if I'm not going anywhere. But I kind of wanted to like get it done. So I did just do them whatever size. And I usually don't keep them the same size anyways because I get frustrated and it just seems like it's taking forever. So I kind of make some bigger than the other ones. And usually, like if I was going somewhere, I would just slap on some coconut oil and either just tie my hair down for the sprayaways, tie it down or whatever. And usually, I could either, like yesterday, I just had it all in one ponytail back here rather. And when I got home, I did half up, half down. So it's just like I just kind of just put a little not olive oil, little coconut oil, and just style it. However, like I said, I tie it down just to keep it from the flyaways or whatever. And normally I use edge control as well when I twist it, so there's not as many flyaways. And I didn't do it this time just because I forgot. And then I had already started, and so I was like, "Oh well, I didn't already started and I didn't finish." So that does help like a little with the like flyaways or whatever and make it last longer. But that's about it. It's been about 30 minutes. So I just want to come on and just talk a little bit today, not talk about prepping or preparing for anything, not try to sell anything, talk about my designs. I just want to come on and just talk, just for anybody just in who's in the mood for listening, or just maybe cleaning up or doing something around the house, and you just want to feel like you're talking to someone. And then I hate that I don't have like a lot of subscribers yet, because I will be talking back and forth in the chat, but there's nobody here. So just whatever comes to mind, I was just talking about. But my buzzer for my dryer did go off, and like I said, it should have been. What's hot? And then after a while, she will be talking enough for me to talk to her, and she does like to talk a lot. So I will have a little chatterbox to talk to all day, pretty much. But that's really about it. I really didn't have much to talk about. I just want to come on chit chat, get some things off my chest, talk about what's currently going on locally, just to help my day get started and to wake me up, warm me up, and uh, like I say, just to help me start my day and get it going. And it's currently 10:47 a.m. and I feel like I've been up all morning, even though I hadn't. I think I got up like 7, but I guess I just been constantly moving, so it felt like I've been up for a long time. And with the freezing stuff coming, I usually like to take my baths in the morning, but Thursday night I might go ahead and take it a bath Thursday night, just in case the pipes are frozen or freezes over Because even though when it's cold, I know some people don't really take baths, they can just take a wash off, but it's like I have to take a bath. I just need to. And then I have some voicemails, which I don't really think is for me, but I'm going to check it because was somebody else's phone number before I had it, and people are calling and texting all the time at this number. And one day it was like a hospital, something kept calling. Oh, it was the pharmacy. They kept calling for this lady. And I just wound up calling them back and being like, hey, this is not the lady's phone number any longer. I don't know if this was her phone number. She gave you the wrong number, but like you already called all day yesterday because they were telling her to pick up her prescription or something. I don't know. They were calling about something about a prescription. And I was like, yo, this is not her number no more, so please stop calling me. But that's it for today. I'm going to go ahead and get started and try to get some things and try to feel productive today. So y'all have a good one. And I might be back later this week to give an update Thursday or Friday, especially if we do get some snow or even just snow flurries. Depending on how much, I'll probably just take a picture. And as far as there's like power outages or something, I'll probably do a short video if that happens or just take pictures. But that's it. It is January the 7th, 2025. And this is my first live of 2025, I do believe. So, Happy New Year. I guess this would be my first time saying Happy New Year in the new year. And I will see you soon. There we go.